the one and only budget story that I'm going to share with you guys tonight is the one and only good thing I could find on the budget. And again, it comes with a ton of caveats because, let's be honest, nothing in that budget was good because all of the good stuff was because of the bad stuff. You couldn't have the good stuff without the bad stuff. So our favorite, Erica Stanford, managed to get $747 million boost for learning support, which the sector was very happy about, to get some learning support. And the Principals Federation was one of those that were very happy. The money would provide more specialist staff, more teacher aid hours, include $100 million to build more classrooms for specialist schools serving children with disabilities. I think we'd all be pretty happy with that. I have a daughter with Down syndrome. So this is, who's this? This is education consultant Margie Leach, who thanked Stanford. I have a daughter with Down syndrome and have had to fight to get support for her. It's as if the attitude in the past has been, she's got Down syndrome, it doesn't matter. She's never going to get a job. But now she's now 26, living on her own, participating and contributing in the community. And I see that this budget is recognising the potential of our very special children. So it's aimed at primary and intermediate. The backlash here is that we're not getting it in the secondary schools.
Yes.
But hey.
Take what we can get, I guess.
Of like, yeah, I know. I don't want to be like, oh, we got something, because fuck, I would have liked more than that. Like, this would have been great if this was also like one of the things on top of many other good things. But this is like, I'm really cherry picking here, guys. Really cherry picking. It obviously came at the cost of the support for infrastructure, so new school buildings,
Yes.
which is not great.
No.
Yeah, so it's the smallest I can find. That was one of was this yesterday's one? This was today's one. The one prior to this, if I can find the article, was yesterday's, and it had a little bit more information to it. Oh, now I can find it. Is it this one? Is it this one? It is. Sorry, this one just has a few more extra numbers that I wanted. Come on. Oh, no. Come on. Come on, technology. Let's go old school.
Let's look at some comments.
There
Austerity and cuts are all this government knows. Oh, yeah, we got it. We don't need to buffer more time.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
Look at this photo. Can, cap, bad, man, map. Anyway, this was the $646 million, which so the Kaui Ako program was one of the ones that got cut. The reason I want to mention this is I have a household statistician. Teacher in the house. He came home one day and told me about something he had to do after school, and they all had to stand around in a circle, and I can't remember what it was, but it was like real babies first, like team building type bullshit. He was real pissed. He's like, that was such a fucking waste of time. That was the program that his school was part of. So
Right.
It's basically a network program. So you've got schools in geographical area become a network that collaborates and share practices, initiatives, guidance. But it depended on which of those circles you were in is how good it was. So
Right.
your school, I think the principal was the one that decided, and then your school gets roped into the network, and then you kind of had to do these things. But the network he was in was very poor. So he's quite happy that that's getting put somewhere else. When I heard that was going to happen, I was like, it sounds like it kind of had it coming. So that's not so bad. It's good to see that like they are reprioritizing, and they're actually listening to the areas that need reprioritized. Good thing to mention here is it's $375 million over 4 years. So a lot of these big numbers that we're seeing is also stretched over quite a bit.
Yeah.
And there was something that I noted as well. Obviously, there's been Māori roles have also been taken out.
What a surprise.
The wharekura expert teacher roles has been de-established. So this is amongst a lot of other shit that's happened, where Māori have been fucked over by this budget as well. I can't remember where I read it, but there was something that says essentially this program is not going to come into effect until there it is. New Zealand Educational Institute Primaries Teachers Union recently called for an additional 2.5 billion, so billion investment. 600 doesn't look so great now, does it? Investment in learning support over 5 years. In a report, its recommendation for professional development for teacher aides has been answered with $3 million in funding between now and 2028. Okay, it's now in 2028. That's good.
So that's only $1 million a year.
It is.
I mean, like,
it's not great.
What the fuck are you gonna do? Like, realistically, for a whole country, I don't know. That just seems like a really little number when we give 2.9 billion to landlords. I don't know. It just seems like a fucking tiny number. That M is much smaller than the B. The B is very big.
Considering that they're asking for 2.5 billion and they got 3 million, it's not great. It's something, but it's not great. And it's over, like you say, it's over.
Someone could do the math for us. They'll pop it in the chat.
Pretty shit. Yeah, so there's some good stuff in there, but it's tiny, really. Yeah.
I mean, I do have to say, though, I think I kind of agree with this comment here, is that if they hadn't have shut down the Ministry for the Disabled, that woman wouldn't have had to fight so hard. Like, it's great. And I mean, anything that goes towards areas that need it, yes, absolutely love it. So happy. But what makes me go, is like, well, what more could we be giving to schools? Like, I mean, I'm sure there are so many, like they said, they're not doing the infrastructure. There are so many schools that when I was like, school age going to them, they needed redoing and they haven't even been redone since when I was a kid. There are so many places that are probably, trying to string together education and buildings that might not even really be fit for things. Like, it's frustrating when we have to just take the tiny little droplets and go, yes, thank you. But I'm just frustrated because I want to see more going to kids. Give the children more money.
Yeah, for sure. Just because we did talk about the fact that Māori had been fucked over by this bill, which has been covered, I just want to, the spin-off did a really, honestly, if I have to say anyone's doing a great job at the moment, it's the spin-off. A lot of their articles are fantastic. Sure, they're very, very progressive and left-leaning. I don't think anyone would argue that. But that said, they have put out some really, really good articles, and they put out some really well-researched articles, and I think that's where they shine. But there was one, this is by Liam Ratana, and he actually outlined the wins and losses for Māori, because it shows how it's again the same thing, right? It's education, right? Woo, small wins, but the massive losses that they've got is kind of like nobody wins in this situation. So I'll run through these because I think it's important to highlight them. Amongst the key announcements, $14 million over 4 years for Māori wardens, Pacific Wardens and the Māori Women's Welfare League. The fund covers transport, volunteer training and admin support. These are tiny numbers, 54 million in operational funding and 50 million in capital funding for Māori education. This includes new classrooms in Māori medium and kaupapa Māori schools, te reo and tikanga training for 51,000 teachers, and a virtual learning network for STEM education and kura kaupapa. Reallocated funding to add approximately 50 new teaching spaces for te reo Māori learners. So this is some education stuff. That's good to see. There's some other shit that they didn't get, which is annoying, but we'll get to that in a second. A new housing fund to deliver social and affordable rentals with Māori providers eligible through the Flexible Fund, 40.2 million per year from 25-26 for the Māori Development Fund to support the Tōnui Māori Economic Growth Plan. Do we really want to know what Nicola Willis said?
No.
This will make you laugh. Finance Minister Nicola Willis said the budget showed a reasonable commitment to all New Zealanders, including tangata whenua, and pointed to new funding as evidence of the government's support for Māori communities. Over 700 million has been committed to initiatives supporting Māori outcomes, she said in her budget day address. However, critics argue these investments are overshadowed by sweeping cuts. The Māori Development Fund itself has been cut by 20 million over 4 years, dropping from 45.2 million to 40.2 million in year one, then continuing annually. 32.5 million in cuts to Māori housing supply programs, including the return of unallocated funding from Whai Kāinga Whai Oranga. I haven't heard of that one before.
Either.
36.1 million in cuts to Māori education, including disestablishment of the wharekura expert teaching. Are you doing math on your keyboard there? Good. Thank you. Expert teachers program and removing Māori resource teacher roles. A further 36.1 million reprioritised from kaupapa Māori and Māori medium education. The Kahui Ako collaboration program, which included many Māori providers, is being slashed by $375.5 million. That was the one that I was talking about before. I am sure there were some really good ones in there. The one that my partner was part of was clearly not doing its thing, so not great. That's a lot of money, though. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so you want to know what the total of all the bad ones is? 500 million. So if you take that off the 700 million that Māori was supposedly got, that's only 200 million.
So,
and that's like not even close to $2.9 billion.
Over 700 million has been committed to initiatives supporting Māori outcomes, and they've cut how much, sorry?
500 million. Half a billion.
Which leaves us with 200 million that they're actually putting towards it.
Wow. Pop off, Queen.
So, yeah. It's pretty shit. It's pretty shit.
Man, they really are such assholes, aren't they? They're cunts, actually. They're really reaffirming their cunt status.
They sure are. Oh. They sure are. Yeah, so that was a fun one. That was a fun little read. Like I said, that was the bottom of the barrel best I could find in terms of yays, and even that was
that was good news. I forgot we were on good news.
That was supposedly supposed to be good news, guys, but once you look into it, it's all bad news.